Hi 6W, I hope you're all well. It's Friday again, so I'm back as promised with part 4 of our wonder story, which is told by Jack. Now, Jack has got some explaining to do. He hasn't been the best of friends to August, so let's see what he's got to say. Get yourself comfy and enjoy. Okay, this chapter is called The Call. So, in August, my parents got this call from Mr. Tushman, the middle school director, and my mum said, maybe he calls all the new students to welcome them. And my dad said, that's a lot of kids to be calling. So my mum called him back and I could hear her talking to Mr. Tushman on the phone. This is exactly what she said. Oh, hi, Mr. Tushman. This is Amanda Will, returning your call? Pause. Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you to say. He is looking forward to it. Pause. Yes. Pause. Yeah. Pause. Oh, sure. Long pause. Oh. Uh-huh. Pause. Well, that's so nice of you to say. Pause. Sure. Oh. Wow. Oh. Super long pause. I see. Of course. I'm sure he will. Let me write it down. Got it. I'll call you after I've had a chance to talk to him, okay? Pause. No, thank you for thinking of him. Bye-bye. And when she hung up, I was like, what's up? What did he say? And Mum said, well, it's actually very flattering, but kind of sad too. See, there's this boy who started middle school this year and he's never been in a real school environment before because he was homeschooled. So Mr. Tushman talked to some of the lower school teachers to find out who they thought was some of the really, really great kids coming into 5th grade, and the teachers must have told him that you were an especially nice kid, which I already knew, of course. And so Mr. Tushman is wondering if he could count on you to sort of shepherd this new boy around a bit. Like, let him hang out with me, I said. Exactly, said Mum. He called it being a welcome buddy. But why me? I told you. Your teachers told Mr. Tushman that you were the kind of kid who's known for being a good egg. I mean, I'm so proud that they think so highly of you. Why is it sad? I asked. What do you mean, love? Well, you said it's flattering but kind of sad too. Oh, Mum nodded. Well, apparently this boy has some sort of, I guess there's something wrong with his face or something like that. Not sure. Maybe he was in an accident. Mr. Tushman said he'd explain a bit more when you come to the school next week. School doesn't start till September, I said. He wants you to meet this kid before school starts. Do I have to? Mum looked a bit surprised. Well, no, of course not, she said. But it would be nice. It would be the nice thing to do, Jack. Well, if I don't have to do it, I said. I don't want to do it. Well, can you at least think about it, love? I'm thinking about it and I don't want to do it, I said again. Well, I'm not going to force you, she said, but at least think about it some more, okay? I'm not calling Mr. Tushman back until tomorrow, so just sit with it a bit, please. I mean, Jack, I really don't think it's that much to ask that you spend a little extra time with some new kid who's obviously got his own problems. It's not that it's a new kid, Mum, I answered. He's deformed. That's a terrible thing to say, Jack. Well, he is, Mum, you've just told me. You don't even know who he is. Yeah, I do, I said, because I knew the second she started talking about him that it was that kid named August. I remember seeing him for the first time in front of the Carvel on Armsford Avenue when I was about 5 or 6. Me and Veronica, my babysitter, were sitting on the bench outside the store with Jamie, my baby brother, who was sitting in his stroller facing us. I guess I was busy eating my ice cream cone because I didn't even notice the people who sat down next to us. Then, at one point, I turned my head to suck the ice cream out of the bottom of my cone, and that's when I saw him, August. He was sitting right next to me. I know it wasn't cool, but I kind of went, ugh, when I saw him because I honestly got scared. I thought he was wearing a zombie mask or something. It was the kind of ugh you say when you're watching a scary movie and the bad guy jumps out the bushes. Anyway, I know it wasn't nice of me to do that, and though the kid didn't hear me, I know that his sister did. "Jack, we have to go," said Veronica. She had gotten up and was turning the stroller around because Jamie, who had obviously noticed the kid too, was about to say something embarrassing. So I jumped up kind of suddenly, like a bee had landed on me, and followed Veronica as she zoomed away. I could hear the kid's mum saying softly behind us, "Okay guys, I think it's time to go." And I turned around to look at them one more time. The kid was licking his ice cream cone, the mum was picking up his scooter, and the sister was glaring like she was going to kill me. I looked away quickly. Now, if you remember further on in the book, Year 6, we heard Via tell that story from her point of view, didn't we? Now Jack's version's a little bit different. "Veronica, what was wrong with that kid?" I asked. "Shh," she said, her voice angry. I love Veronica, but when she got mad, she got mad. Meanwhile, Jamie was practically spilling out of his stroller, trying to get another look as Veronica pushed him away. "But, Vonica," said Jamie in his babyish voice. "You boys were very naughty, said Veronica as soon as we were further down the block, staring like that at that poor boy. "I didn't mean to," I said innocently. "Veronica," said Jamie, "us leaving like that," Veronica was muttering. "Oh gosh, that poor lady. I tell you, boys, every day we should thank the Lord for our blessings. Are you listening to me?" "Veronica." "What is it, Jamie?" "Is it Halloween?" "No, Jamie." "Then why that boy wear a mask?" Veronica didn't answer. Sometimes when she was mad about something, she would do that. "He wasn't wearing a mask," I explained to Jamie. "Shh, Jack," said Veronica again. "Why are you so mad, Veronica?" I couldn't help asking. I thought that this would make her angrier, but she actually shook her head. "It was bad how we did that," she said, "just getting up like that, like we'd just seen the devil. I was scared for what Jamie was going to say, you know? I didn't want him to say anything that would hurt that little boy's feelings. But it was very bad, us just leaving like that. That mum knew exactly what was going on." "But we didn't mean it," I answered truthfully. "Sometimes you can't help but look when something's not as you would expect. Jack, sometimes you don't have to mean to hurt somebody to hurt someone. Do you understand?" That was the first time I ever saw August in the neighbourhood. At least that I remember. But I've seen him around ever since then. A couple of times in the playground, a few times in the park. He used to wear an astronaut helmet sometimes, but I always knew it was him underneath the helmet. All the kids in the neighbourhood knew it was him. Everyone has seen August at some point or another. We all know his name, although he doesn't know ours. And whenever I've seen him, I try to remember what Veronica said. But it's hard. It's hard not to sneak a second look. It's hard to act normal when you see him. He's so far away from my normal. "Who else did Mr. Tushman call?" I asked Mum later that night. "Did he tell you?" He mentioned Julian and Charlotte." "Julian?" I said. "Oh, why Julian? You used to be friends with Julian." "Mum, that was like in nursery. Julian is the biggest fake there is, and he tries so hard to be popular all the time." "Well," said Mum, "at least Julian agreed to help this kid out. Got to give him credit for that." I knew she was trying to guilt trip me. I didn't say anything because she was right. "What about Charlotte?" I asked. "Is she doing it too?" "Yes," Mum said. "Of course she is," rolling my eyes. "Charlotte's such a goody two-shoes." "Oh, Jack," said Mum, "you seem to have a problem with everyone these days." "It's just," I started. "Mum, you have no idea what this kid looks like." "I can imagine." "No, you can't. You've never seen him before. I have." "It might not even be who you're thinking that it is. Trust me, it is, and I'm telling you, it's really, really bad. He's deformed, Mum. His eyes are like down here. I pointed to my cheeks. And he has no ears. And his mouth is like... Jamie had walked into the kitchen to get some juice from the fridge. Ask Jamie, I said. Right, Jamie, remember that kid we saw in the park after school a couple of years ago? That kid called August, the one with the face? Oh, that kid, said Jamie, his eyes opening wide. He gave me a nightmare. Remember, Mum, the nightmare about the zombies that I had? I thought that was from watching a scary movie, answered Mum. No, said Jamie, it was from seeing that kid. When I saw him, I was like, ah, and I ran away. Wait a minute, said Mum, getting serious. Did you do that in front of him? Couldn't help it, said Jamie, kind of looking innocent while whining. Of course you could help it, Mum scolded. She was as cross as Veronica had been. Guys, I have to tell you, I am really disappointed by what I'm hearing here. And she looked like how she sounded. I mean, honestly, he's just a little boy, just like you. Can you imagine how he felt to see you running away from him, Jamie, screaming? It wasn't a scream, argued Jamie, trying to cover his tracks. It was like an, ah! He put his hands on his cheeks and started running around the kitchen. Come on, Jamie, said Mum angrily. I honestly thought that both my boys were more sympathetic than that. You've been brought up to be understanding and nurture other people. What's nurture? Said Jamie, who was the only one who was only just going into second grade. You know exactly what I mean by nurture, Jamie, said Mum. It's just, he's so ugly, Mum, said Jamie. Hey, Mum yelled, I don't like that word. Jamie, just get your juice box. I want to talk to Jack alone for a second. Look, Jack, said Mum as he left, and I knew that she was about to give me the whole speech. Okay, I'll do it, I said, which completely shocked her. You will? Yes. So I can call Mr. Tushman? Yes, Mum. Yes, I said yes, I'll do it. Mum smiled. I knew you'd rise to the occasion, kiddo. She looked really proud. Good for you. I'm so proud of you, Jackie. And she messed up my hair. So, here's why I changed my mind. It wasn't so I wouldn't have to hear Mum give me the whole lecture, and it wasn't to protect this August kid from Julian, who I knew would be a jerk about the whole thing. It was because when I heard Jamie talking about how he had run away from August going, ah, I suddenly felt really bad. The thing is, there are always going to be kids like Julian who are mean. But if a little kid like Jamie, who's usually a nice enough kid, can be that mean, then a kid like August doesn't stand a chance at middle school. 4 things. First of all, you have to get used to his face. The first couple of times I was like, whoa, I'm never getting used to this. And then after about a week, I was like, it's not so bad. Second of all, he's actually a really cool dude. I mean, he's pretty funny. Like, the teacher will say something and August will whisper something funny to me that no one else hears and totally cracks me up. He's also just overall a nice kid. Like, he's easy to hang out with and talk to and stuff. Third of all, he's really smart. I thought he'd be behind everyone because he hadn't gone to proper school like us before, but in most things he's way ahead of me. I mean, he's maybe not as smart as Charlotte, but he's up there. And unlike Charlotte, he lets me cheat off him, and I really need to. Although, I've only needed to a couple of times. He also let me copy his homework once, though we both got in trouble for it after class. The 2 of you got the exact same answers wrong on yesterday's homework, Miss Rubin said, looking at both of us like she was waiting for an explanation. I didn't know what to say, because the explanation would have been, oh, that's because I copied August's homework. But August lied to protect me. He was like, oh, that's because we did our homework together last night, which wasn't true at all. Well, doing homework together is a good thing, Miss Rubin answered, but you're supposed to still do it separately, okay? Even if you're working together, your answers have to be your own. You could work side by side, but I need to know what you know. After we left the classroom, I said, Pal, thanks for doing that. And he was like, no problem. That was cool. That was being a friend. Fourthly, now that I know him, I would say I actually do want to be friends with August. At first, I admit it, I was only friendly to him because Mr. Tushman asked me to be, especially nice and all that. But now I would choose to hang out with him. He laughs at all my jokes, and I feel like kind of I can tell him anything. He's a really good friend. Like, if all the guys in our year group were lined up against a wall and I got to choose anyone I wanted to hang out with, I would choose August, hands down, every time. I'm going to leave it there for today because the next chapter is called Ex-Friends. Jack really likes August, so he could be feeling a bit upset that he's now taken a turn on him. We'll find out next week. I hope you enjoyed that 6W and that you have a lovely half term. I'm missing you all lots, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.